What is going on, guys? My name is Jihad22 and I have a pretty cool video for you guys today. We are looking at the top 5 winners and losers of the MLB offseason so far. We are at the halfway point from the end of the World Series to when pitchers and catchers are reporting. So we're going to look at who has won the offseason so far, who has lost the offseason so far, which could include teams, players, positions, fan bases, going to be anything that has to do with the MLB free agent, MLB market, trade market, any of that. Before we get into it, can you guys please hit that subscribe button and like button? Really helps my channel grow and really is just an awesome thing to do. And let's get right into the video. I forgot to mention in the intro, I am playing a MLB Road to the Show few games. Just some old footage I had left over. But anyways, the first winner of the MLB offseason so far is the Los Angeles Angels. So the Los Angeles Angels have made some big moves. They signed Shohei Ohtani. They won the sweepstakes for him. First off, they made the first signing of the MLB free agent offseason to sign Justin Upton. They traded for him at the trade deadline, and they re-signed him to a big contract. Then they went out and signed Zach Cozart, big third base guy, maybe shortstop. They could play there. He's going to play third base for them, is what I have been hearing. Then they went out and made a trade for Ian Kinsler, big-time all-star shortstop. Had a down year last year, but anything can happen with that guy. That guy is a gamer. So the Los Angeles Angels, man, look out for them to be a real hot team next year, especially with all those key additions. If their pitching staff, Garrett Richards, can stay healthy, that Parker Bridwell can maybe repeat what he did last year, they are a team on the rise and can maybe be a big force in the AL West next year. Next up, we have a loser. The losers are 29 MLB teams that lost the Ohtani sweepstakes. I know this is kind of an obvious one, but it's pretty true. Every team wanted Ohtani really bad. He narrowed it down to those 7 teams. Most of the teams were on the West Coast, including my team, the Texas Rangers, were included in that last 7. But everybody that did not win the Ohtani sweepstakes is technically a loser, literally and figuratively. Everybody wanted him, and I am really sad that my team, the Texas Rangers, did not get him. So that's our first loser, is everybody in MLB that didn't win the Ohtani sweepstakes. Next up is another winner. We have the Colorado Rockies bullpen. They have added some big-time names. They re-signed Jake McGee, who is a stud left-hander out of their bullpen. They went out and got Brian Shaw right from the Cleveland Indians, who is a big-time right-handed arm. Then they went out and signed Wade Davis, closer, absolutely clutch, from the Chicago Cubs. Signed him to a 3-year, $52 million deal, $17.3 million per year. Big time gift for the Colorado Rockies. And that bullpen is going to be loaded next year. That is kind of one of their weaknesses of last year, and they're making sure that they are not going to have that problem next year. They went out and signed some big-time studs. The winner, Colorado Rockies bullpen. Next loser, we have the Miami Marlins fan base. They are taking a huge L this offseason. After the sale of their team, Jeff Loria sold the team. Derek Jeter and company came out and bought it. And it really makes sense for them to sell off a lot of their players and really get their budget down, because that Giancarlo Stanton contract was a real handcuffer, and they really couldn't do anything financially. But the fan base of the Miami Marlins really is at a loss right here. They traded off their big-time NL MVP, Giancarlo Stanton, traded away Marcell Ozuna, looking to trade Christian Yelich and JT Realmuto. I mean, their whole team is going to be AAA, AA players by the time that Derek Jeter and the rest of the management is done with this team. And Eventually, it will pay off. The Miami Marlins will be good again, but at the time being and for next year, the losers are the Miami Marlins fan base. The next winner we have are relievers. So every reliever that is free agent right now and is wanting to get a contract has been getting signed, and they are getting a lot of money. We just saw Wade Davis get paid the most of any reliever in the history of Major League Baseball, breaking Aroldis Chapman's record last year, which I think Chapman was at 17 or 17.1 million. Wade Davis at 17.3 million, and includes many other relievers across the MLB being signed to big-time, long-year, big-money contracts. The MLB is finally realizing that the relievers and the bullpen is a big part of baseball and MLB today, and they are willing to spend big bucks on those guys. So the winners of the offseason are MLB relievers and the free agents trying to get big money contracts. The next loser we have are players that are wanting $100+ million. This is kind of a weird category, but we have seen a lot of players wanting big money. Eric Hosmer and Scott Boras is wanting like $170 million. J.D. Martinez is asking for $200 million. Arrieta is asking for over $100 million. Darvish is asking well over $100 million. Not including just a bunch of other guys that aren't really worth $100 million, but they think they're worth $100 million. In my opinion, not really many baseball players are worth $100 million because they play a game. But in retrospect, they make a lot of money for the franchises they're playing for, and so you can technically see that work. But anyways, a lot of players are wanting $100 million and they're not getting it. Teams are now trying to go the cheaper route, getting guys who are, not going to be wanting that much. 2-year, $10 million deals, like a Mitch Moreland kind of guy, instead of an Eric Hosmer. We saw with the Boston Red Sox, they just signed Mitch Moreland. So I think that guys who are wanting $100 million are kind of at a loss right now. We have seen that not many players have been signed so far, and that could be one of the reasons is that teams aren't willing to pay, $100 million plus for one guy. They don't want to commit 20% of their annual budget to one player. It kind of seems ridiculous when you look at it. So that loser is players wanting $100+ million. Next winner we have is the Minnesota Twins. Minnesota Twins made a few signings, strengthening up their starting rotation and their bullpen. They are on the rise. They had a unbelievably good year considering they lost over 100 games 2 years ago. That team is a real shocker, and we need to look for that team to make a real run at the wild card. I don't think they're quite ready to contend with the for the central title against the Indians. But if you look at the rest of that division, you have the Royals, who are in a rebuild mode, the White Sox that are in a clear rebuild mode, and the Tigers that are also in a rebuild mode. They just traded away Ian Kinsler, just traded away Justin Verlander. Miggy is getting old. I mean, they're in a clear rebuild state as well. So you can look as the Minnesota Twins as a winner of this offseason so far because they are looking as one of the favorites to win the wild card spots in my opinion. Some people put them as like a dark horse, but I don't really think they're a dark horse team. I think that you really look at that lineup. They're young, they're good, their pitching staff is pretty good. Jose Barrios is an unbelievable future ace of the MLB. Minnesota Twins, look out for that team because they are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the AL Central for years to come. They are the winner of the offseason so far. Next up, a loser, and the loser is everybody in the American League East that's not the New York Yankees right now. The New York Yankees are making huge moves. Just traded for Giancarlo Stanton to pair him with Aaron Judge. I mean, that's like 500 home runs right there combined, just between the two of them. Not really, guys, just joking. But that lineup is looking deadly. Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Gary Sanchez, Didi Gregorius. I mean, Greg Bird. I mean, Greg Bird's an afterthought in that lineup, and that guy can smash the baseball. The New York Yankees are looking to control the AL East like they used to. I mean, they had like, what, 2 years they were like, oh, we're rebuilding, and then now they're back into being one of the top teams in the American League. I mean, it is crazy how good that team can be. They are unbelievable on paper. Giancarlo Stanton may go out there and hit 90 home runs in New York Stadium. It will be incredible. The Boston Red Sox, I'm sorry, they have not done anything to show me that they are ready and willing to compete with the New York Yankees. They went out and signed Mitch Moreland so far. That's their big signing. They were rumored to get Eric Hosmer and J.D. Martinez. They may get J.D. Martinez, but so far we haven't seen them do anything. The New York Yankees are ready and willing to spend money, make trades, and go out and win now, and that is what the Yankees should be doing, and they are the number one, payroll team in the league. So, obviously the Rays, they're not ready to win. Orioles, they're definitely not ready to win, and the Blue Jays are the worst team in the American League East. Those are all the losers of the MLB offseason so far. Our final winner of the MLB offseason is the fans of Major League Baseball. The new CBA was written in, and Major League Baseball and the Players Association agreed to add a pitch clock to Major League Baseball. They have been playing around with this in the minor leagues, had a little bit of pitch clock, in between innings. Now we're going to have one in between pitches. So you're only allowed 30 seconds in between pitches. This is going to hopefully speed the game up tremendously, and what it really does is shows us the fans that the MLB is willing to recognize that the pace of play is a little down and the games may take a little bit long for some fans. We might be losing some of the younger fans. Guys like me, true baseball purists or fans, we're going to watch no matter what. But, speeding up the game can help grow the fan base and, maybe help us out a little bit as well. So that is going to be implemented this next 2018 season, and that is going to be a big time help on the game. People won't be taking 45 seconds in between pitches. You won't have John Lackey stepping off and, having his catcher Contreras come out there and talk to him 9 different times. He's going to have to get on with the game. So that is going to be a big game changer. That is, we are winners. MLB fans, one of the winners of the MLB offseason so far. Last but not least, we have our last loser, and it is us, fans of Major League Baseball. I know I just put us as a winner, but we are also a loser. We have been looking forward to the offseason all year. I mean, that doesn't really make sense, but that's one of the high points that I look for. I look forward to all the trades, free agents, rumors, and right now we are left with barely anything to go off of. We are at the halfway point at free agents and free agent market offseason, and nothing has happened. I mean, we have just been bored picking our brains, just really trying to dig down deep and just come up with anything we can think of. So we are all losers this offseason so far. I'm sorry to tell you guys. I hope to see you in a few months with better news. I'm going to make another one of these videos, a top 5 winners and losers of the whole MLB offseason. So we're going to look at, after everybody signs, after all the trades have been made, right before, maybe spring training-ish, or right before everybody, kicks off their spring training games, or right before the season starts. We're going to make another one of these videos. I'm going to analyze everybody. I'm going to go through and come up with the top 5 winners and losers. I also might make a video maybe saying, give everybody grades on their offseason. That might be cool. You guys let me know in the comments. Anyways, that's going to do it for me, guys. I had a great time making this video. I hope you guys had an awesome time watching it. If you could, please just remember, leave a like, comment down below what you guys think on the video. Hit that subscribe button, man. Have an awesome New Year's. I can't wait to see you guys next time.